Well, I had to clean up some videos and pictures just to make it so I could keep on talking. But I was saying, my wife just loves the dark beer. I don't like a dark beer. I like light beer. And it's be interesting to see, once again, years ago, my GERD got so bad. The only reason I bring up the GERD, and it's acid reflux that starts to happen in your body. And if you don't take an anti-acid or a Tums to make that acid reflux stop doing that to your esophagus, you're going to have major esophagus issues that are lifelong injuries to your throat. Somebody out there that smokes or drinks or eats spicy foods, and throughout the day or at nighttime you're waking up and you have this regurgitation that jumps up into your esophagus and you have acid reflux, if you don't treat that, you're going to have long-term effects like I have. I never knew to take the Tums, the anti-acid. I never talked about it, but I used to religiously wake up at 2, 3 in the morning with acid reflux, never knowing I should jump out of bed and grab a Tums or an anti-acid. And since I didn't do that, I destroyed my esophagus to the point I could barely talk. In 2019, I could barely talk. It was that bad. So I had to take a hiatus and time out from drinking, cigars, coffee, spicy foods. I literally had to take a time out for, it was probably 2018. It wasn't 19, like 2018. So I had to take a time out for like 2 years, if not longer. Just no spicy foods, no drinking, no cigars. And I did that. And it wasn't probably like 2020, 2021, I kind of started drinking and smoking cigars again. So there you go. Just hopefully my life's experiences can help you not have to experience what I go through. How about that idea? A lot of video, a lot of content. I just don't know how much more I can give you. And I think I should start uploading videos, start shooting them to you, because all of a sudden it's going to be 7:30, 8 o'clock at night. And I hope you get motivated to wipe down my other motorcycles to make them look pretty and shiny for whatever reason. Got me. That's just who I am. I'm taking Dermont's advice. No more food for dogs today. That's it. But with them eating all these bones, so is everybody here? Only person I don't see is Diesel. I'm only expecting that he's outside here. And there he is right there. And Ginger. He's gonna kick good old Rebel's ass. Rebel, come here. Come here, Rebel. Rebel, get out of there. There's bones over here. Come here, Rebel. Come here, Rebel. You got a bone over here, dummy. Look. There's a bunch of bones out here. Look. Go out in the yard and get a bone. Go on. Get a bone out there. How idiotic are you guys? Thought you guys could smell things. Wow, pool. Pool looks so good. I can't believe how fast that pool came back. Look at that area down there in the grass. You can see now how I graded it. Man, it didn't do the greatest job. A lot of sitting water, but oh well. I think over time it'll just kind of hopefully compact down. I love the rooster. What's going on, buddy? Huh? Ginger has all the dogs scared. Little Ginger baby has all the dogs. They're in heaven. Yeah, I guarantee you, somebody's like, oh, that's terrible for the dogs. I'll be amazed that I don't get called out. I'll be amazed. today be a day where it had been like 95 degrees out and humid as hell. And then the rains came in and cooled it down to the 70s. Then you had like an evening, like the mid to high 70s. But as long as the humidity didn't come through, it's all good. I think that's my neighbor. I think that's a guy living in that house. That house up there, if you look, that has an efficiency garage. You can't see it. It's around the other corner of the house. I think somebody's renting that. You never see those people. It's incredible how my neighborhood. I mean, I like it, actually. Leave me the hell alone. Just stay in your house. I'm glad. The people across the way that bought my parents' house and my house, yeah, just stay in a house. Works for me. Leave me alone. That guy there, his idea, I mean, I don't even know if the guy's alive anymore. In all reality. He used to call me all the time. And I was like, yeah, whatever. You owe me $500,000. How much money I put in that house and the deal he got in that house back in 2011? Yeah, you owe me $500,000, bud. That's how much money I put in that house. You got a hell of a deal on it. But his goal is hopefully one day when I sell my house, he gets the deal on my property. Like, nope. Noper. He ain't gonna get a deal on my property. My real goal, in all reality, is to eventually just move on and then really live somewhere else and then really just clean this place up and get it pristine and then put it on the market. And then we're out of here and I'll be living somewhere else and then I'll get top dollar for his property. That's really my, that's always been my vision, is eventually I'm just going to sell out my business and I'm going to move somewhere else. Then we'll move out of here and we'll be living somewhere else, not around here by any means, far, far away. And that's something that my good friend Chris was saying. Is, you know, he just doesn't, people don't think you connect the dots. Like, you know, it's like, you know, did I see this coming in my life this quickly? Hell no. Hell no. So, you know, did I think 4 or 5 years from now? My gut instinct was, between the wife working and me working, I would say about another 3 to 5 years, maybe 5. I think that'd be a long. I would say more like the next 2-3 years. I'd probably sell out and then move on and then sell the property and call it a day and just move on. And in that time frame, we're definitely going to have less dogs. I mean, sadly for Tango and Willow, they're not going to live forever, everybody. These dogs were bought in 2013, so they're 12-year-old dogs. Will we get 14, 15 years out of them? Maybe. Wheaten Terriers, those are 2018, so they'll probably live a good, these dogs will live at least 10, 12 years, but they're not really, they're a lot more manageable. They're so small. It'll be more about the German Shepherds. But at the same time, you go 2-3 years from now, and I would think there'll be a little bit more of the domestic dog, but who knows? Good Lord, would you have told me a year ago that Kiefer would be gone? If you'd told me a year ago, well, that dog ain't gonna last you but about a year and a half, I'd be like, what are you talking about? You just don't know. Hey, the beer's really good, and it's not. The beer's really nice, and it's not giving me. You know what happens? I'll start coughing and hacking because it irritates my esophagus. That's what happens. Some things do. So it'll be interesting. I drink this, and it doesn't put more weight on me. I don't need more weight. I need less weight. This weekend, my wife and I are supposed to get our real ID. I just dread that idea. Having to go down to Arlington, Virginia, near D.C. And I mean, it's like, for me, it's like, I don't know. I may just pull back. I'm like, hey, honey, you go. I'm going to stay. I just don't feel like sitting in line or standing around for an hour or two. And I'm not going to be flying an airplane. When I go to Florida, I'll be driving down. I'll just drive on down, whatever. And that's kind of the plan for me. So for me, the challenge is, what people don't know is when you have like GERD issues and you sit for a long time, you start hacking and coughing because you crunch your stomach, and that esophagus and where they call it like the sphincter or something, it gets compressed. And so when you're sitting, all of a sudden you start coughing and coughing. Like last week, I was at DMV, and man, I had like a coughing attack. I had to get out of there. And I made a big mistake not taking water with me or some gum. If you have water and gum, you can usually kind of control a situation of coughing and hacking. But it's so embarrassing. People probably thought I was going to die. People probably thought I was going to have a massive heart attack as I'm coughing and hacking like you can't believe. Whole point is, for me to go somewhere and just sit somewhere, it doesn't happen all the time, but it's a very fine line that if I get this GERD thing all, these guys are just all out. That's Gypsy. Where the hell's Prince? Oh, Prince is right here. They just don't end. They just, oh, poor boy. He nailed that thing. Yeah, anyway, so the whole point of conversation is, man, if I go down to that DMV, and we got to sit there for an hour or two, you know, just like being on an airplane, it's like, oh my God. You start hacking and coughing. Yikes. Diesel's still not back 100% by any means. You can still see he's still weak in that back end, but he's doing better than you think. That little Gypsy, she's a ball of fire, isn't she? And here's the old Prince. Prince is down here just having a good old time. He's, you know, subtle. Here's these guys up here all mad at each other. I don't know what the hell's going on with this in all reality. Raining like crazy. So if you own dogs, what do you do? I mean, that's the whole thing. If you've got dogs, I mean, do you go run off? That's what's interesting is, what do you do? If you have all these dogs, what am I going to do? Am I just going to disappear and keep them locked? I mean, people do it. I mean, in all reality, I mean, I know people that just lock their dogs down and they go on their merry way and, you know, whatever. I mean, it's a big problem, actually, because you buy a dog, there's a lot of responsibility, and if you don't have the time to take care of them, then in some ways you just get rid of them. Just wiping down the chair, bud. Oh my gosh, I just want to sit down. I just want to sit down and see what you guys are going to do. Here's my talking partners now. I just talked to myself, everybody. Pretty much ran all week. How many times I told you that today, right? How many times I told you it's going to rain all week today? Kind of like on the phone when you're talking to somebody you don't know. Hey, how's the weather? how my chicken Alfredo's doing. We got 32 more minutes left there. Wow. Good breeze. Chilly. Woo! That's a chilly breeze. If I brought my dad up here, the best time of year for him would definitely be late June, July, August. This time of year right here, he'd get chilled. He'd probably get sick. But you know, in so many ways, I think my idea of bringing my dad up here just gets him out of that rut of just rehashing, you know, where he is, the memories. So in some ways, it'd be good to bring my dad up here. And then guess what? My dad and I will be hanging out here with popcorn stories, you guys. How about that? Dad and I will be sharing a beer and be hanging out talking about his stories. That'll be a good thing. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Change it up. Just go down there for a few days and bring him back. Take him hostage. How about that? I know my dad would like that idea in all reality. And knowing that he could live on one level here, it'd be perfect. That would work. Uh-oh. There's little Miss Queen. She must have gotten bored of the bones. So the door's been opened up in the garage shop for somebody to get one of her bones. Meanwhile, Gypsy baby, and Ginger baby, and that's something. I got two G's, like me, GG, and I got Ginger baby and Gypsy baby. I got the little Ginger baby and Gypsy. Aw, isn't that cute? You like your little bone, huh? You like the bony, huh? You probably love the bony, don't you? You're loving the bones the daddy got you. You little stinker. Rain's letting up a little bit here. Oh, here we go. I think they got something. This is funny. More things to eat. Look at that little window over there. Nope, that's the old deer leg. Wow. Brr. It's chilly out here now. Brr. Brr. I wonder what teams are playing tonight. I don't think there's any teams besides maybe some baseball. I enjoy watching baseball sometimes. Tango's freezing. Look at his back legs. He's soaking wet and he's freezing. He's a wet dog. And I'm not lying. See him? He's shaking. Shivering. Poor boy. Yeah. Bony boy. He's always been a bone dog. He's never been a big, thick, heavy dog. That was Ginger. That was Julia's favorite dog. That was the star of her life. The love and happiness of her life in 2013. It's hard to believe, right? 12 years ago? Wow. to wrap it up. A lot of video today. I think it's just too much, actually. So stay tuned for the morning conversations. What the hell is that about? I have no idea. I just try to keep it going. So God bless and thanks for supporting my channel. Have a great evening.